Um, when you look back in your life, could you recommend something to a seeker like me?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, on two bases, I mean, in terms of what we're talking about here, there's nothing I can recommend. I wish there was. I'd be a wealthy man if there was something I could recommend. Really. So on that basis, I couldn't, but also on the other more conventional basis, that, you know, what's the point? I mean, well, I'm resisting saying this phrase, but I'm using it in a very conventional sense, you know, like what's right for one person isn't right for another. No, but there's no need to, because again, we come back to what happens, happens, you know. And if we want to make that a bit more specific in terms of, well, how does that work as a process? Well, we kind of know how it works as a process. An impulse comes up to do something. We may think we know where it comes from, but we don't really. I mean, even in conventional terms, we don't know where it comes from. Look at the new neuroscience. We have no idea where any thought comes from. We think that we own our thoughts, but we don't, even in conventional terms.
Yeah, but this conditioning is working in us, and this conditioning is working in us. I mean, there are some ideas there, and they somehow they make us do things.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that we are choosing, but so in this sense, things that you may say, then they make me behave in one or the other way.
It's possible that it may seem like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it works out for you, I hope you'll send me a large cheque in gratitude. But I'm not suggesting anything, of course.
No, for instance, you commented yesterday this transpersonal meditation. This was something that it
Transcendental meditation, TM, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about it, and I had to Google it yesterday. I never heard. And it seemed to me that it was something that brought you some important experiences in your spiritual way or path. So, is this something that I could think of doing?
Obviously, you could think of doing it. Of course, you could.
I mean, yeah.
There's no recommendation here that you do it, and certainly there is the statement that this has nothing. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. But you know, TM, lots of people did it. Lots of people got a lot from it, and lots of people got nothing from it. And it cost them the same amount of money, whether they got a lot from it. The funny thing was, you didn't get a refund if you got nothing from it. I became rather an evangelist for TM after it was my first taste of anything like that, and I became quite a missionary for it, so I managed to persuade several of my friends to do it. It cost them just as much money as it cost me. None of them took to it. They all gave it up after a few months. But yeah, sure, you know, do TM. Or don't do TM. But it won't be you who's choosing to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it'll happen or it won't happen. It sounds a bit old-fashioned now, doesn't it, TM? I don't even...
No, it's 80s.
Yeah, 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s, yeah.
The Beatles.
Yeah, the Beatles, well, they made it famous.
Yes,
Of course, Mia Farrow, I mean, I don't know whether it's true, but I'm told that Maharishi kind of fell in love with Mia Farrow and was sort of really in a very desperate state and wanted to give it all up. I have no idea if this is true, but as you can't libel the dead, it doesn't matter. I better say that straight to camera. As you can't libel the dead, it doesn't matter. But I was being told that, yeah, that he absolutely was in despair about Mia Farrow and wanted to just give the whole thing up.